Hello, everybody. Welcome to the review of the grand final. Now, we're going to do this a little bit different this week. First of all, say hello to my little mate. Say hello, buddy. You can say hello?
Hello.
There we go. All right. Anyway, so if you hear any background songs or noises or him, you know what it is. So I'm going to do the review 3 games at a time. So we've got the first 3 games have been played. That was Collingwood defeating Melbourne, Hawthorn defeating North Melbourne, and Geelong defeating West Coast. And then we'll do the next 3 games later on tonight, which will be Gold Coast are playing Richmond right now, where it's just the start of the second half. And then tonight is Sydney and Adelaide, and also Brisbane and Essendon. And then tomorrow's 3 games, obviously GWS Western Bulldogs, Carlton and St Kilda, and finishes off. I love cake, buddy. And Geelong versus Freo. Freo versus Port Adelaide. That one. He's got a song which is about baking a cake, and then he says, "Do you love cake?" Anyway, so that's what we're doing. The review. So let's have a look. We'll go have a look at the first 3 games. We won't go over any of the other games that are going on, any other players' stats, because obviously Hawthorn smashed it. My players killed it. Nick Dacos killed it. Jeremy Cameron kicked 9 goals. So all those kind of stuff. We won't worry about that too much at the moment. We'll go over that after conclusion of the round of a crowned a winner. But it is exciting because we are doing a first time winner. So let's start off. Let's have a look at the first 3 games that have been played so far. All right, so the first 3 games so far have been Collingwood defeating Melbourne by 46 points, Hawks defeating North Melbourne by 124 points, and still in a spot in the final in Melbourne, which is great because I get to go to the first final. And then the Cats defeating Eagles by 93 points. They were up by 100 at half time, so the Eagles did win the second half, so you're something to be happy about, Michael. Have a quick look at the players in that game, or in those games. All right, so the players that mattered in this game were Max Gawn and Jack Viney. They're the only players that played. Players that were left on the bench were players like Josh Dacos and what's the other one? The forward. Jamie Elliott, who kicked I think a few goals there. What did he kick? 1 goal too, but had a few score involvements as well. But Josh Dacos got 21 kicks, 19 handballs, so he would have been handy, but was left on the bench. So Max Gawn got 5 marks and 25 hitouts as a ruckman, and most of those come in the second half, to be honest. The first half, he only had 10 to half time. And then Jack Viney was a tackler, and contested possession-wise, he didn't do too much. And as a tackler, where is he? Look how far down we're going. Only got 5 tackles. Did get 10 last week, so a bit of a letdown with that one. Let's have a quick look at the next game. My beloved Hawks smashing North Melbourne. The one player that mattered in this game was Tristan Cherry, who did get 25 disposals, including 15 kicks. I think he had 18 contested possessions. He had 13 clearances as well. But he was playing as a ruckman in this game and got 35 hitouts and only 2 marks for 37 points. No one else in this game was chosen or picked, I believe. So that doesn't make any. Oh, sorry, Nick Larkey wasn't an option, and we'll have a look what he done in a minute as well. And then the last game so far out of the 3 that have been played so far is Geelong versus the Eagles. And the player that mattered in this one was a loophole player in Tim Kelly. Now, Tim Kelly had an all right game as a midfielder, to be honest. Where is he? 25 possessions, 13 kicks, 12 handballs. So not too bad there as well. Did have 6 clearances there as well. Players that didn't play, though, that could make a massive difference. Tom Atkins, 9 tackles. Viney had 5 tackles. Tom Atkins has been chosen almost every single week for Coltrane, and he did not choose him this week in the final, and that's possibly going to cost him quite a fair bit there as well. So that's that one there. And what does it all mean? Well, let's have a look. All right. So after 3, I just had Spider-Man thrown at me, by the way. So after 3 games, pre-match projection for Punters Paddock was 376.1. They're currently on 54, and the projection now is 352.8. So they are down by 24 points. Sugar Daddy's pre-match projection was 391.1, currently on 37, and they are down by 2 points because they're projected for 389.5. So the players that have played so far, as mentioned, Max Gawn on 30, and Jack Viney on 24. Tristan Cherry got 37 as a ruckman for Sugar Daddies, and Tim Kelly, loophole player, possibly a midfielder or a follower. Even a half forward at 36 can come in for Norton because you don't think who knows what Norton's going to do in that game there. And as we mentioned, players that missed out. Tom Atkins, 46 as a tackler, did not play. Coach's decision. Josh Dacos, 67 as a mid, 64 as a follower, 37 and a half forward, 50 as a halfback. Did not play. Coach's decision. Patrick Dangerfield, 53 as a half forward, 30 as a full forward, 51 as a mid, 48 as a follower. Did not play. Coach's decision. Jamie Elliott, 20 as a full forward. Did not play. Coach's decision. Fritsch didn't have a good game. Zach Guthrie as a halfback, 52. Did not play. Coach's decision. And then over here, Reece Stanley as a full forward, 40. As a ruckman, 44. Did not play. Coach's decisions. All these players would have been better in those positions than what's been chosen so far, or even projected for their players as well. Whereas for Sugar Daddies, the only players he's had to choose from so far due to injuries and due to players, the two players that have played so far have been Larky and Noble, and they're probably not going to get a run anyway. So that's 3 games played. Let's go to a quick break. Nothing. I've had my last commercial breaks for fun. Just a quick little break, and then we'll come back and have a look at the next 3 games, which is, as I said, it's Gold Coast and Richmond at the moment, and then the 2 games tonight, which is Swans and Adelaide and Brisbane and Essendon. Welcome back. It's Saturday night now, and the 3 games on the Twilight and the 2 Saturday night games have now been completed. So 6 games can be completed in all. What's happened now is we've had 1 player each for each team, and both loophole players obviously have now been completed or have been played. So let's have a look at some of the results from the games. All right, so these are the 3 games that were completed. Suns defeated Richmond by 28 points. Brisbane beat Essendon by 20 points. Now we're up by 44 at 3/4 time. And the Swans pretty much won by 31 points, but they were up a bit more and also just sort of put the queue away towards the end of it. Have a look at the players that mattered. Let's go to the first game first. All right, so both players had a player in this Suns versus Richmond game. Coltrane or Punters Paddock had Ben King, and Sugar Daddies had Matt Rouse. So let's see how Ben King went as a full forward. Where are you? Going down, here he is. He kicked 1 goal, 1 mark inside 50, and 2 scoring involvements only is what Ben King done. So not a very good result considering Coltrane had Reece Stanley who got 40 points and Jamie Alley got 28 points as well. Have a look at Sugar Daddies for Matt Rowell, who had Matt Rowell as a tackler, who so far this season has been the best tackler in the game. Where is he? 18 here he is. 9 tackles for Matt Rowell. 16 contested possessions. Phenomenal performance. That is a way to step up for a grand final by Matt Rowell in that game there. And no one else really had anyone else for that particular game there. The other games, let's have a quick look. All right, the only other player to play pretty much tonight was in the Sydney Swans versus LA Crows game, where Dawson was a loophole player. And have a look what Jordan Dawson done. 14 kicks, 11 handballs, got 6 tackles as well. Kicked a goal. Didn't do too much else. I don't think anyone else really played for those teams in this one here. Doesn't look like it. So let's have a quick look now and see what all this means. Punters Paddock are on 66 points. And we said Ben King only got 12 points, 2 scoring involvements, 4 points, 1 goal, 1 behind. So I don't know if that's right or my stats are right. Who knows? That's what he got. And Sugar Daddies are on 89. So pre-match projection was 391. Now they're 395. Pre-match projection for Punters Paddock was 376, and now they are 331. They need a miracle. But as you can tell, Punters Paddock have only had 3 players play so far, and Sugar Daddies have only had 2 players play. So anything can still happen. And it's all going to come down to that last game of the season where Punters Paddock have got Rosie playing and Sugar Daddies have got Sarong playing. So both utilities are playing in that particular game. The big game is going to be the first game on Sunday, which is going to make or break and pretty much decide the competition. If we have a look at it, first of all, I didn't talk about Kelly before for Sugar Daddies as the interchange. Probably come as a midfield follower. He could if he wanted to. Probably doesn't need to because I think he's got it wrapped up personally. And Dawson, although he has got a utility score which is better than Rosie's average, it doesn't. Colin needs more than that. Punters Paddock need way more than that to win this competition. So they've got to take a punt here. They've got to take a risk. Um, Saint halfbacks against St Kilda normally do well, so Newman could get an uplift there, and Sinclair also. I doubt he'll get the Chincotta tag, so he could do all right. Chalor, as I said, who's going to cop the Bedford tag, Chalor or Richards? Have a look at other players that played. We mentioned that's the big one there. We mentioned it before all those other guys. Anyone else here played in the middle games? No. And over here, no. Oh, Draper. Nothing really to talk about. Draper didn't do too much there either. So that's that one there. For the 6 games over, Sugar Daddies look like they're on their way. That's all for Saturday night session. We'll finalise it and finish it with the last 3 games now and let you know who the winner is. Welcome back. It's Sunday, and as we said, we've been going through it 3 games by 3 games at a time, as there is 9 games in the season. But we have done a little bit of a delay here. We have got the first 2 games, as both players do have their utilities playing in the last game, so it's all going to come down to that. We left you on Saturday was Punters Paddock had 3 players play, and Sugar Daddies had 2 players play. However, Matt Rao dominated as a tackler, and Sherry was okay as a ruck, not that great, whereas Gorm wasn't good as a ruck. Ben King was hopeless as a full forward, and Jack Money was no good as a tackler. So this left Punters Paddock well behind the 8 ball going into the last day of the season. Overnight, the loophole was played. Sugar Daddies decided to drop Aaron Norton and put Tim Kelly, who received, I think, 36 as a half forward, in his loophole. So good play by Sugar Daddies to shore up that position and to make sure there was no errors there or no possible reduction in points. So let's have a look at the first game, which was the Western Bulldogs versus GWS. The players in this game was Ed Richards. Ed Richards was half forward. Adam Trelaw was a follower for Punters Paddock. And full forward was Hogan, and Ballydale was also a follow-up for Sugar Daddies. And then while we're in the same screen, we'll look at the second game, which had Jack Sinclair as a follower for Punters Paddock, Newman as a halfback for Punters Paddock, and for Sugar Daddies there was Wangani Malira as a halfback, and Sam Walsh as a midfielder. So let's have a look at how those results went. So we can tell by the games, Western Bulldogs easily won with a strong breeze in the last quarter over GWS Giants, and St Kilda with a goal to Jack Higgins with 30 seconds to go, whatever it was, have made Carlton wait and are making them hang by a thread to see whether they're going to make the finals or not. Bearing in mind, I know we can see by the result of the last game what's going to happen, but isn't it great to have Carlton fans all anxious like that? So if we have a look to see how the players that matter for this game here, look at the stats. As we said, the players in this game was Bailey Dale, 18 kicks, 9 handballs, and he had 3 clearances, so pretty good result. We also had Jesse Hogan, who kicked 2 goals, 2, and I think he had a few score involvements as well. We'll look at that in a second. And the last one we mentioned was Ed Richards. Ed Richards had 15 kicks, 3 marks, 8 inside 50s, and 2 goals. So very good result by Ed Richards for that one there. And then if we have a look at the other game, as we mentioned, was St Kilda last minute defeating Carlton. And the stats that matter for this one, I think it was, where was he? Jack Sinclair, 20 kicks, 8 handballs, pretty good effort, and he got 4 clearances. Wangani Malira also had 17 kicks. He had 4 rebounds inside 50s, 5 intercept possessions, and was it 5 1%ers? So that's a pretty good score. And the other one was Newman, who had 28 kicks. He had 28 kicks, 5 rebound 50s, 7 intercept possessions, and 3 1%ers. So all those players have pretty good scores. So we have a quick look at what that means in terms of the footy wire. All right, so this is where it leaves us after with one more game to go. It's 282 to 324, a difference of 42 points. Punters Paddock pretty much projected from 376, now projected for 360. Sugar Daddy's pretty much projected from 385, now projected to 409 or 409. So Ed Richards, as we said, had a pretty good game, got 46, up 45%. Trelaw was down though, he only got 44 and 26%. Didn't actually look at his stats, but doesn't matter, we can tell what it is now. Sinclair had a good game, up 9%, 52. Newman had a fantastic game, up 54% and got 74. What an effort for Newman. As we can tell, that loophole. Hogan was down 10% and got 36 as a full forward. Walsh picked up because he's been down a fair bit lately. He was up 7% and got 62. And Ballydale 48, up 10%. And Wangani Malira down 2% and got 53. So very consistent all around, which, as you can tell, going to last game, Rosie needs to outscore Sarong by 42 points. Not impossible to do. That is actually up there to do. So what we do is let's have a look at the last game and see what happened. And it's Port Adelaide that get over the line over Fremantle by 20 points, which means Carlton end up finishing 8. The 8 at the start of the round is the 8 that finishes around. Port Adelaide stays second. Geelong go third. Giants drop down to fourth. Brisbane finish fifth. Will host Carlton. Dogs finish sixth. Will host Hawthorn, but that is at the MCG, not at Marvel. So obviously Port Adelaide will host Geelong, and Sydney will host GWS, so Sydney Derby. Let's have a look at the stats. Let's see if the 72 points or the 42 points was there for Sarong. He got 3 behinds, 19 disposals, not a very good game. 10, 9, 10 tackles though. That's the difference. 30 points as a tackler, 50, 59, 60, and we're not including all the other stuff in there. So it means Rosie would have needed to get like 40 possessions or something like that. What did he do? He only got 90 possessions as well, 3 tackles. It looks like Sarong outscored him, which means one thing, ladies and gentlemen, we have a first-time Footywired champion, Sugar Daddies. Congratulations. Congratulations, Sugar. You have won your first title. You have dominated this final series. You have dominated the year. You have been on top almost like the whole season. Only lost a couple of games. Yeah, absolutely phenomenal. And look at some of the players you had. Jesse Hogan was picked like round 10. Wangani Malira was picked like round 9 or 11 or something like that. Sherry was like one of the last rucks to get picked. So, you know, you had your three of those. Hogan got the Coleman medal. Back to back for Hogan, by the way. So, mate, you have been absolutely fantastic. Your team lost Petrarca throughout the year. That, you know, didn't put you down. Larky didn't have as good as a season as he did last year. Norton got injured a bit this year as well. So, mate, well done. Congratulations on your first win. Sugar, first-time champion, 2024 Footy-Wire champion, Sugar. So congratulations once again. Punters Paddock, second once again, unfortunately for you. But you did have a good season. You finished second on the ladder. You were consistent this year, which was really good. So you had a good result, and you had some plays that, I mean, Ed Richards, after I think Libba got concussed, Ed Richards has come in and been dominant for you. Newman was a pretty good pickup as well. Trelaw dominated All Australian. Gorn obviously got injured towards the end there as well, and Rosie missed a bit of time too. So well done on Punters Paddock for finishing second. But all the plaudits go to Sugar Daddies, who have dominated this year. 402.5 they win over Punters Paddock 335.5. Yeah, once again, well done. to you. If we have a quick look at just some of the players and the other games that have happened, as we've gone through all that already, and there's no optimised lineups this week, by the way, because the system sort of went down. But we can tell. I'd like to know what Punters Paddock's best team would have been because he left a lot of points on the bench, by the way. Have a quick look. I played everyone and only bet like 3 people. Good results for Ollie Henry, got 60 as a full forward. And then Newcomb 57 as a follower for me was pretty good as well, so I have a good result there. For Whitfield 72 as a follower, pretty good. Well, excellent actually. No one really outstanding. For Top Guns finished on 396.5 this week. Waterman had a good game, 42 as a full forward. Anderson 93, pretty good. Luke Ryan 60 as a halfback was excellent as well. For Renegades, we got 400. Zach Merritt 107, outstanding. LDU 57. Blake 69 as a halfback and Dunkley 46 as a tackler. That's a pretty good result in that one. Maltese Falcons, how much will they be ruined? The injuries that cost them last week where they had no team, because this week they would have got the highest score out of everyone. No, they didn't. Oh, no, they would have got the highest score out of everyone because Michael's clearly done Kenner's team late. But Warner got 44, Dacos got 119, Tom Green 65, Cripps would have got 54 as a tackler. So pretty good result there for them. Bombers Forever, 56 for Zach Batters, 54 for Wine. So the Port midfield was pretty good. McGrath would have got 70 as a halfback and Liberty as a tackler. So they're pretty good results there. Second Destroy, Brayshaw 91. Pretty much sums up the season, nothing else. And obviously Kenner's team, 480.5. This is just Michael putting in the best team after the game, after the result, because Cameron got 70. Oh, actually, we might have had Cameron as a half forward, so Cameron might have got 75. And Taranto Lippold and Utility was pretty good. Nielsen, actually, no, that might have been Kenner's team. That looks like Kenner's team all season. 480.5. Man, what could have been for Kenner's team? Look at that. Rangers Anonymous, 480.5. Is that legit? Did Mick do the team late? Well, that looks like his team that he's had all season now. Player that might have been missing is McGluggage. That's pretty damn good, man. So that one there. So once again, you're Footywired champion. Sugar. Congratulations, mate. 2024 champion, as we mentioned. So fantastic season. Well done, everyone. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone for watching. It's been a good season. Cheers.